There are things happening in your life that prayer alone has not been able to stop. You have fasted, you have cried, you have changed churches, and you have cut off certain people, yet the attacks keep returning. Your money seems to vanish for no reason. Your sleep is interrupted by strange dreams, and you feel a heavy presence in your home that no one can explain. You clean your house from top to bottom, but spiritually, something still feels off. That is because no one told you that your kitchen holds a key to your deliverance. And it's something as simple as eating this one thing once a week that can send every cause back to where it came from. Flush out spirits of lack and build a spiritual protection around your life against the attacks of the world. The enemy is clever. He does not always attack in obvious ways. Sometimes he hides in what you eat, what you ignore, or what you forget to pray over. But today, the truth is being revealed. Bitter leaves, cloves, and honey. 3 powerful things that witches fear, demons run from, and the spiritual realm responds to when used correctly. This is not an ordinary herbal tea. This is a covenant drink, a weekly shield that blocks witchcraft, destroys poverty, removes curses, and seals your life with favor. You only need to take it once a week. Just once. That's all it takes to change your atmosphere and protect your spiritual gates. The answer has been in your kitchen all this time, and now you will use it with knowledge and with power. You are not helpless. You are not cursed. You are simply uninformed. After this, you will walk in boldness, covered and unshakable. Bitter leaves are not just food. They are a powerful symbol in the spirit world. Anything bitter in nature has a spiritual role of cleansing, removing, and rejecting evil. Bitterness in your body often shows there is bitterness in your life. Long struggles, rejection, cycles of hardship, and family curses that have not been broken. When you boil and drink bitter leaves, you are spiritually commanding all bitterness in your life to be pulled out from the roots. You are declaring in the Spirit, I will not carry suffering from my family line. I will not inherit hidden curses. I choose freedom. Bitter leaves wash out spiritual poisons hiding in your body, things planted in dreams, spoken through curses, or sent in envy. That bitterness flows out with the water as you drink. In its place, your light begins to shine. You will notice your chest feeling lighter. You will begin to sleep more peacefully. The dreams that once frightened you will fade. Your spirit becomes too clean for evil spirits to dwell inside. Even your physical health improves because your spirit and body are finally in harmony. Now, let us consider cloves. Those small brown seeds are warriors in the spiritual realm. In the natural world, cloves fight germs and viruses, but in the spiritual world, they destroy demonic contracts and silence watching spirits. They carry a fiery frequency that pushes back darkness and burns through evil altars. When you add 7 cloves to the boiling pot with bitter leaves, you are doing more than making a drink. You are creating a prophetic defense system. 7 is the number of spiritual completion. Cloves do more than cleanse. They block, shield, and bind. They lock the spiritual gates that would otherwise enter your dreams and drain your blessings. They cause confusion in the camp of your enemies. People who take cloves in this spiritual remedy report changes. They stop feeling watched, constant problems dissolve, and unexplained sicknesses vanish. Together, bitter leaves and cloves form a spiritual firewall. They flush out the roots of trouble and build a protective shield. Witches dislike this combination because it works. It is affordable, easy to find, and you don't need a prophet to make it effective. All it requires is your faith, obedience, and understanding. God hides powerful tools in simple things, and only those with spiritual wisdom find them. The leaves break curses, the cloves bind enemies. Your life begins to reset. If you have been facing problems that will not leave, unexplained losses or nighttime attacks, these are signs that your spiritual gates have been broken into. Bitter leaves and cloves will clean and close those gates. This is the power of purposeful eating. When you eat with intention, you are not just feeding your body, you are feeding your spirit with protection, resistance, and divine fire. Now, the third ingredient, honey. When God describes blessings, He talks about a land flowing with milk and honey. Honey represents sweetness, favor, restoration, and healing. It softens bitterness, draws prosperity, and heals wounds. In spiritual work, honey is not just for flavor, it is a magnet for divine intervention. When added to bitter leaves and cloves, honey does not cancel their power. It seals the cleansing with sweetness from heaven. It declares, "My life will not remain bitter. My hands will attract wealth. My path will be smooth." Honey speaks in the spiritual realm, saying, "This person has endured enough. Let sweetness return." When used properly, it changes the energy around you. People begin to treat you differently. Favor appears in places you were once blocked. Your energy shifts. Others will want to bless you, help you, and open doors without reason. Honey, when combined with bitter leaves and cloves, completes the transformation. Here's exactly how to prepare and take this prophetic remedy. Take a handful of fresh or dried bitter leaves. You can use African bitter leaf, dandelion greens, or neem leaves depending on what is available. Keep them whole, do not crush. Pour clean water over them and bring to a boil for 10 to 15 minutes. As it boils, speak over it. Lord, use this to flush out every spiritual poison in me. Let all curses break. Let all witchcraft be removed. Stir it with faith. Once boiling is done, pour into a clean cup and allow to cool slightly. Add 1 tablespoon of raw, natural honey. Stir gently and pray again. Let this sweetness cover all bitterness in my life. Restore my destiny. Let blessings find me. This drink is not taken randomly. It is consumed on spiritually sensitive days, Friday nights or Sunday mornings. Friday marks the end of the week when spiritual gates shift, and Sunday marks the start of a new week when divine guidance flows. Choose the day that feels right. Drink early in the morning before speaking to anyone or at night before sleep. Hold the cup, place your hand over it, and pray. As I drink, let my life reject all curses. Let my body release all poison. Let my path attract divine favor. Drink slowly. Feel it touch your spirit, knowing change has begun. Once a week is sufficient. It is not repetition, but intention and obedience that matter. You are aligning your spirit, body, and words with heaven's order. The ingredients are simple, but their power is immense. This is not just wellness tea. It is spiritual protection in a cup. Weekly use keeps your spiritual gates secure, your atmosphere clear, and your blessings flowing. As you continue, the heaviness and confusion around you fade. If you woke tired despite sleeping, you will feel lighter. Dreams full of fear, shadows, or aimless running will begin to vanish. This is a spiritual detox. Bitter leaves remove spiritual poisons planted through dreams or envy. Cloves bind watching spirits. Honey draws divine light. People using this regularly notice visible changes. Doors open effortlessly, helpers appear, finances stabilize, and plans succeed as spiritual obstacles are removed. Even those around you notice. People may comment on your peaceful energy. Some may feel uneasy near you and distance themselves. That is not negative, it is spiritual rejection. Darkness cannot coexist with light. This weekly remedy transforms your inner self and spiritual aura. your spiritual presence changes from an easy target to divinely protected. In the spiritual realm, scent is power. Demons are drawn to spiritual decay. Keeping your spiritual body clean makes you invisible to them. You confuse enemies and break their direction. They may try to attack, but they will not find you. You will enter rooms where the energy once resisted you, and suddenly you are welcomed. That is not luck. That is the result of steady spiritual cleansing and divine activation. Many carry spiritual blockages from their family line without realizing it. Generational poverty is not only about money, it involves spiritual contracts, ancestral spirits, and covenants made without your awareness. Altars you did not build can still influence your life until they are silenced. This remedy, taken once a week, becomes your way of declaring, I reject every covenant I did not make. I break every chain I did not sign for. I cleanse myself from every spiritual inheritance that does not serve my purpose. That is why results start to manifest when you remain consistent. It is not about using something expensive or rare. It is about following divine instruction with what God has already placed in nature. Power is hidden in simple things. Leaves, seeds, honey, and those who are wise enough to use them rise above invisible limits. There is a reason witches use herbs, cloves, and bitter substances in their rituals. But when good people rise and reclaim what God made, the power shifts. The same herbs meant for harm can now heal and protect you. The same leaves they used to bury destinies can now become your deliverance. The difference is your intention. They use it to harm. You use it to cleanse. They use it to bind. You use it to break free. That is why this is more than a drink. It becomes a weekly altar, a moment of alignment, a declaration of authority over your life. With regular practice, you become untouchable to dark influences. You become a moving altar. Wherever you walk, negativity turns away. You will also notice unexpected financial opportunities, not magic money, but funds that were delayed, blocked, or hidden will start to appear. Poverty is spiritual before it is physical. Weekly cleansing removes spiritual gatekeepers blocking your financial path. A forgotten opportunity may resurface, debts may be repaid. You may gain courage to pursue something you hesitated to approach. These are not random events, they are signs the spiritual obstructions have been removed. The voice of lack is silenced, and chains holding you back are broken at the root. Peace returns. You smile for no reason. You sleep soundly without fighting unseen forces. Your home feels light, not heavy. This is divine covering. It is quiet, steady, and unshakable. It is the calm confidence that your house is protected, your destiny secured, and your spirit anchored. This protection comes from simple acts like drinking bitter leaves, cloves, and honey once a week with faith and purpose. Understanding the spiritual dimension of life transforms even daily habits. God never intended for us to be blind to spiritual laws. He placed power in all He created. The enemy seeks to hide this truth. Witches use herbs, roots, powders, and oils because they understand their spiritual activation. What they don't want you to know is that those same substances, used for good, carry a greater power, one that no evil can overcome. The bitter leaves in your kitchen, the unused cloves, and the honey-gathering dust were never just food. They are tools of healing, weapons, and shields waiting for activation. When you use them with understanding, everything begins to fall into place. You do not need to spend a fortune to be free. You need wisdom, obedience, and consistency. Many suffer while their answers are right in front of them. God does not always speak with thunder. Sometimes He speaks through simple acts. He guides you to revelations like this video not by accident, but to stop silent suffering. Deliverance does not require dramatic rituals. Boiling leaves in your kitchen once a week to cleanse spiritual gates is spiritual intelligence, not superstition. As you practice this, you understand why challenges attacked your health, clarity, appetite, and sleep. It was access the enemy had. But once your spiritual care begins, that access ends. The world promotes dependence on pills, but nature contains the greatest pharmacy. God gave us everything needed: bitterness for cleansing, spices for protection, sweetness for restoration. This is divine order. Following it reveals the deeper purpose of ordinary things. Bitter leaves remove bitterness. Cloves declare judgment on evil watchers. Honey attracts abundance and peace. Combined with intent, they grant spiritual power no enemy can resist. This is how you reclaim your life, not with fear, but with understanding. Performing this weekly is holy. It is not about quantity, but commitment to spiritual cleanliness. Once a week is your reset, your altar, your spiritual maintenance. Like washing your body, cleaning your teeth, or tidying your home, your spirit requires regular cleansing. Neglect allows confusion and delay to grow. This weekly remedy heals, prevents harm, protects and warns evil spirits. Your house is covered, your body guarded, your destiny marked. Every act of obedience receives heavenly support. Some may not understand. That is fine. Spiritual truths are perceived by the Spirit. This covenant is between you and God. This drink is your sword, covering, and divine key. Treat it with respect and consistency. The enemy grows strong on spiritual laziness. Weekly obedience reduces attacks, clarifies dreams, and restores long-awaited peace. That is the power of commitment. Now that you understand, speak your authority. You cannot remain silent while dark forces act. Speak boldly. I declare every bitter root of witchcraft in my life uprooted and destroyed. I reject every spiritual poison in my bloodline. I remove every cause in my body, home, and surroundings. I drink this with knowledge, revelation, and divine purpose. Let every attack be reversed. Let poverty spirits depart. Let demonic contracts be cancelled by heavenly authority. These words are spiritual weapons. The forces opposing you will recognize your voice and flee. Declare again, my house is covered, my destiny preserved, my finances released, my health restored, my mind protected, my spirit aligned. Every open gate is now sealed by divine fire. Every observer of evil is struck with confusion. My dreams are prophetic, my sleep sweet, my path clear. My enemies fall into their own traps. My life is hidden in divine protection and obedience. Speak this over your water, your home, and your life every week. This is spiritual alignment, not ritual. Obedience releases power. You do not need a prophet to bless you. With revelation, your greatest breakthrough is declaring freedom over your own cup, your head, your environment. Stretch your hand and say, by divine instruction, I command every evil plantation in my body removed, every ancestral altar bringing delay or poverty scattered by fire. My home rejects all negative visitation. Bitter leaves cleanse me, cloves shield me, honey restores me. My weekly practice is my gate of glory. I walk in divine timing. I drink with wisdom and activate my covenant of protection each week. Do not underestimate your words. Every declaration carries spiritual fire. They chase away evil. Your obedience manifests authority. Follow this weekly and witness attacks diminish, peace increase, and clarity return. Away shadows. They open blocked doors. They set a standard the enemy cannot cross. And when you do this again and again, week after week, you rise with a strength that cannot be fully explained. The kind of strength that does not shout, yet things shift when you walk into a room. The kind of strength that keeps harmful people far from you even when they pretend to be friendly. The kind of strength that lets blessings find you because your spirit has finally been cleared. You are not simply drinking a tea. You are making a choice. You are building a spiritual shield. You are protecting your life without apologizing for it. And every time you take that first sip, whisper something simple. Let this enter my body and push out everything that is not from God. Let this cover my soul and reject every hidden attack. I am protected. I am favored. I am free. Do not hide this wisdom. Someone you care for is suffering quietly, fighting spiritual pressure without knowing why, while the answer is sitting inside their own kitchen. Share this message. Send it to your family group, your church friends, your siblings far away, your mother in the village, and even the quiet friend who always looks exhausted but never explains what they are going through. You never know whose life might be helped by one simple step of divine guidance. Tell them that they do not need costly candles or loud deliverance services to break spiritual blockages. They only need bitter leaves, cloves, and honey, used with faith and wisdom one time each week. Tell them God already placed the solution in their hands, and now is the time to activate it. Many are searching for breakthroughs in the wrong places, while divine help is hidden inside simple things. Joshua Selman wisdom has shown it. Now it is your turn to share the light. You do not need to fear witchcraft anymore. You do not need to keep turning around, wondering who might be against you. When you follow divine instructions like this, your enemies remove themselves. They may attempt, but they will fail. They may gather, but they will scatter. When you commit to drinking this once a week, you become a moving altar. You carry the presence of God with you. Your body becomes too pure for darkness to hold on to. Your atmosphere becomes too bright for any shadow to remain near you. Your home becomes too guarded for harmful spirits to stay. And your life begins to align with peace, restoration, and favor. But you must stay steady. Do not miss your weekly appointment with spiritual protection. The most dangerous thing in this world is a believer who does not understand what is affecting them. But the most powerful person is the one who wakes up, learns divine truth, and takes action. Today, that truth has reached you. Now go prepare your remedy. Boil your bitter leaves and cloves. Add your honey. Speak words over it. Drink it. And watch as curses break, witchcraft fails, and doors that were locked for years begin to open. This is not a trend. This is not superstition. This is spiritual understanding passed down, tested, and now returned to those ready to walk in divine covering. And when results begin to show, when the heaviness lifts, when your finances stop disappearing, when your sleep becomes peaceful, come back and share your story. Let others see that God still works through natural things. Let your testimony encourage someone else to believe again. And do not forget to follow Joshua Selman Wisdom, where we do not only expose the works of darkness, we give you tools to stand strong. Every message is designed to wake up your spirit, strengthen your soul, and remind you that life is spiritual and the unseen battle is real. So watch, pray, and share. Do not wait for another attack before preparing yourself. Start now. Make it a routine. Make it a lifestyle, and as you do, remember this one statement. Boil bitter leaves and pour the water at your doorstep. Your home will spiritually reject every evil spirit, curse, and hidden attack that tries to enter. That same spiritual strength enters your body when you drink it. You become the doorstep. You become the altar. You become the no-go area for every negative force. And that, my dear one, is the kind of strength you were meant to walk in all along. This is Joshua Selman wisdom, where truth meets protection, wisdom breaks chains, and steady obedience unlocks divine covering. This is your season of divine reconnection. The spiritual heaviness, the repeated battles, they were signs that you had drifted away from the simple truths God placed in creation for your protection. But today, that disconnection ends. As you continue this journey of spiritual cleansing, you will find parts of your life being restored that you forgot were lost. The clarity returning to your mind will feel like a heavy fog lifting after a long storm. You will notice yourself remembering things you once forgot. Divine ideas will come to you with ease. Solutions to problems that felt impossible will appear naturally. This is what happens when your spiritual pathways are no longer blocked by foreign energies and negative interference. Your mind was never meant to hold the weight of spiritual attacks, and now it is being returned to its original state of clarity and purpose. Your physical body will also respond to this weekly cleansing in ways that may surprise you. Many physical struggles have spiritual roots. That consistent lower back pain, the sudden headaches, the digestive problems that doctors cannot explain, these are often signs of spiritual pressure targeting your body. When you drink this prophetic remedy, you cleanse not only your spirit, but also command your body to align with divine health. The bitter leaves push out spiritual toxins that show up as physical symptoms. The cloves form a protective barrier around your body, blocking further spiritual disturbance. The honey brings restoration and calm to areas that were under attack. You may notice certain long-term pains easing away. Your energy may increase. Your overall strength may rise. This is not chance. It is the result of your body no longer being under hidden spiritual strain. In your relationships, you will see noticeable change. The confusion that once surrounded your interactions will begin to settle. People who entered your life to cause trouble will either shift their behavior or quietly fade away. This happens because your spiritual realignment makes you unable to stay connected with relationships that are not meant for your journey. The same power that removes spiritual poison also removes harmful connections. You will begin to attract people with good intentions, people who uplift your destiny instead of draining it. Relationships that were damaged before will begin to heal as the spiritual weight that once pressed on them is lifted. Your home will experience a new sense of peace as the old heaviness is replaced with light. Your financial life will move into what can only be described as a divine shift. The spirit of poverty does not only attack your money, it attacks your thoughts, your chances, and your ability to create increase. When that spirit leaves through your consistent practice, you will find money coming to you in unexpected ways. Opportunities that were hidden will appear clearly. Ideas for earning and creating will flow to you. The constant financial struggles that drained you will fade.